Hello and welcome to Tool Renewal. This is not the voice that I want to use. So this is my new channel, Tool Renewal. It's going to be a learning curve of me coming to terms with how bad I am at this thing that I want to do, which is revitalize, rehabilitize, renew old tools. I have a decent little collection of simple tools, a growing collection of power tools, and then some larger stuff as well that maybe one day I'll be good enough at this to get to. This video, like I said, isn't really what it's going to be. It's going to be more a single shot ambient sound video, kind of a POV kind of thing. And I won't be speaking that much, if at all. There might be kind of a what I learned making this video section at the end where I kind of talk about it. We'll see how that one turns out. I finally have a space to work in, an empty one-car garage with not too much of a jumble of crap in it. Just enough to make you know that somebody lives there. So I needed a counter space to work on, and that's what I'm doing here. Taking the base of a Workbench 400 that I got from my grandfather after he passed, and a butcher block countertop from my aunt and uncle that they didn't need anymore after they redid their kitchen, and slapped them together. I would have used this wood, but as you can see, it's not that great a condition, so get rid of that and use the other countertop. So the name Tool Renewal, it took me weeks to figure out what I wanted to call it, and I'm still not super happy with it, but it explains, for the most part, what I'm here to do. I don't know that I'll always bring the tools back to brand new looking. I don't really like paint for the most part. Bare metal to me just speaks more. It also has more of a patina. I'll clean and de-rust stuff, but I don't know how often I'll bring something back to completely brand new looking, but I'll try my hardest to do so. I like the misspelling of the renewal, even if it is a misnomer. It still makes sense and gets across as best as I could figure out what I wanted to do. So this whole thing is a learning process for me, as I mentioned. I want to slowly learn to revitalize and renew these tools, and that's just going to take me messing up a lot. I'm going to do things incorrectly, I'm going to take the long way around sometimes, and I'm hoping to count on whoever's watching this video, if there is anybody, to leave a comment and tell me what I could improve on, whether it be the actual process with the tools, or with the editing, or sound, or anything. I'm here to learn. I have a thick skin. I'm not going to take anything to heart. So, as nicely as possible, tell me how much I messed up in all of these videos, and I'll actually appreciate it, and I'll read all the comments as well. This whole process is less about what I do right and more about what I do wrong. So as I said, I've collected, but kind of more acquired, a bunch of tools over the years that have just kind of sat around waiting for me to kind of get my space together where I can actually do some work without being on top of 13 other people doing 14 other things. So I finally have that space. I finally have that work table, bench, whatever you want to call it. But I needed one more thing, and that was the inspiration, and that came from a few YouTube channels that I'd like to thank. Just right off the bat, there's quite a number that I watch, but there's 3 that I will drop everything to watch a new video, and have probably watched all of their videos at least 3 or 4 times. That being Hand Tool Rescue. He makes doing these projects just look so effortless, and they're all really old tools, really niche tools that most of which I had no idea existed, and he just brings them back to life, back to working order, and with editing and jokes thrown in that make everything look so simple and so easy. He probably makes it look a little too easy. I'm sure I'm going to hit a lot of hurdles that he probably hits behind the scenes, but all of his videos have been quite an inspiration. The second would be Jeffrey Croker, who has phenomenal videography skills as well as narration. I could listen to him explain the most boring details, and he brings it to life, and he has the skill to back all of it up. He's just a phenomenal creator. Has long chaptered builds where it'll take 8, 9, 10 episodes, but I like that. I like the detail, that everything that goes into what he makes and builds and redoes. It's amazing. And the last guy is My Mechanics. To call him a perfectionist would be dumbing down that word. He is exceedingly good and thorough. If the part isn't up to his code, he will just remake it, and he will remake it better than the original. And all of his items come out looking phenomenal by the end. So, I don't know why you'd be here if you haven't seen those three guys yet, but if you haven't, definitely go check them out. And there's a lot more out there too that I hope to find, or that I hope keep putting out videos. So thanks to those guys for their inspiration, and hopefully I can, to one day, live up to the bar that they've set so high. Now then, after struggling to fill these 8 minutes talking, I know that I probably won't do too much of that during the following videos. But I do want to finish with what I've learned, so I think I'll do that here as well, since I've learned a lot during this little process so far. And some of it's lighting. I don't really care for fluorescent lighting, which was my go-to before. Towards the latter half of this video, I did switch to just regular household warm white bulbs, 80 watts. So I think I'll go with those, a couple different lamps around to kind of cut out shadows. I have to learn how to better autofocus. I had a lot of trouble with that, just not being able to hold my hand still, I guess, or maybe the camera still. So I have to work with that, and my shadows, which kind of blend into that same lighting issue. At one point while I was using the Forstner bits, my finger hit the reverse switch on the drill, and I spent about 3 minutes cursing life and wondering why all of a sudden it was so hard to make these holes, until I realized, oh, it's on reverse. So, if I could watch my stupid finger and not make idiotic mistakes like that, that'd be nice. Also, I had music on for the first 10 minutes in the background. That was a horrible choice. And then I had laundry going pretty much the whole time. So yeah, I have to be more aware of the background noise, as well as the noise that I'm making. So those among many other lessons learned, taken away from this. I hope to do a video every week or so, time and life permitting. So, come back soon, and hopefully I'll be better.